Hi, Beatrice. Good to see
Hi.
you.
Hey, Joseph. Yeah, good to see you too.
Yeah. So it's time to wrap up this fashion week. Was an intense New York fashion week, and there was a lot of fun.
Yes,
We
it was.
actually had the chance to work together on a sustainable New York Fashion Week, a show that we were saying we found extremely interesting, right?
Yeah. Well, I learned a lot. It was extremely educational. It was produced by Planet Fashion TV. Celia Evans was the host,
Hmm.
and these 8 designers really educated me. I mean, I learned a lot of new terms like upcycled, reclaimed material. One example of the designers is Born Again Vintage.
Hmm.
Bridget Artis is the designer. She's based here right in New York City, and she takes old vintage clothing and basically makes them into brand new pieces of beautiful fashion.
Mm.
She
Yeah,
has,
well, the shows were all great. I
yeah,
remember we also saw Sylvia Vassal, right?
from
And
Brazil. Yes,
and Bumbles for the delight of the ladies in
bamboozled.
the crowd.
Oh yeah,
But
well, bamboozled was a big hit because it was all men in underwear and socks. That was it.
yeah, and not just men,
but
that were
but
like
they
really
were
good-looking,
very sustainable
great shape
materials.
young boys.
Absolutely. Well, they were
But instead,
sustainable
when
for
it comes
sure.
to Sylvia Vassal, I had the chance to speak to some of the models because the that was couture, of course, so
Yeah,
very elegant dresses. And I asked, but are they also comfortable? And they said, absolutely, very light and very comfortable.
yeah.
So the very interesting thing about this show was that actually showed sustainable fashion in a really in a new light. Sustainable fashion can be just as cool as the fashion that we already know. But there is a lot of technology and development behind it, and it looks great.
Right.
So it makes you wonder. So why doesn't everybody doing it, right?
Well, there's a lot of, I assume there's a lot more to the process. Like, for example, Eunice Brands is the shoes made from recycled plastic bottles. He
Yeah.
actually built a 3D printer on his own and to create these shoes, basically the upper and the lower part. So
Mm.
it's a whole other process that these manufacturers would have to adopt in order to make their
Yeah,
clothes.
but starting from the location, because we were at Pier 60, Pier 59
59,
of Chelsea
yeah.
Pier, right on the Hudson River. It was afternoon, beautiful light,
Mhm.
and then we had also some performers, right? We had Kendra Black and Ido Ferragamo,
Yes,
two
both
different performers.
Italian. Both Italian. Yeah, both of them are Impact clients,
Hmm.
and yeah, they both gave great performances. But yeah, I mean, the whole night was great. We had some great sponsors, Tower Beverages. It's
Yes.
also is based in New York. Shinju Whiskey, and a number of other sponsors. But yeah, the whole night was really well put together. I think the timing was great. Again, it was 8 great designers from around the world that had really great fashions that were all
That's
sustainable.
another thing, right? The other thing is this is a global movement. Sustainable fashion, meaning finding ways from the raw materials to the supply chain to the marketing strategy is really global. We had from Australia, from
New
Brazil,
Zealand.
from Europe, from North
Yep,
America.
yep.
So it's really an awakening that like many entrepreneurs are really breaching through.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think Celia, excuse me, Evans, who brought me onto the project to do PR for the event. I think this was one of the shows for New York Fashion Week.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know how many others. I think she said she's the only one, but don't
Yeah,
quote
it's
me on
really the
that.
only one. Yeah,
The only one that was sustainable.
yeah. That's why
And
for Living Magazine was extremely important to attend. We're
yeah,
gonna have a full coverage in our upcoming issue that's gonna be here in April because we really had the chance to
yes, very
talk
exciting.
with some of the entrepreneurs, meet some of the models. We got some great shots, so it's gonna be fun to report on this event. And talking about New York Fashion Week, we had the chance also to attend and see other shows. In particular, I went to these events organized by Find Your ID New York City. This ensemble of young, mostly African American boys and girls who are running this fashion agency, basically. And we went to a show at Lamia's Fish Market, which is in the East Village, a place I didn't know, and it is fantastic. And also at the Vinyl, we went to Pynk, an event that is exclusively for women performers, artists, and designers. And over there, also, there were of course, it was a different theme. It's more about the fashion in New York, fashion in America. So there is always that eclectic note to the styles. But again, that's another aspect of New York. New York is more than compared to Milan, Paris, London, and even LA. Here is the diversity. We really have people from all over the world, and it's really for any occasion, because you need clothes and dresses in New York if you are a business person, if you are a worker, if you are an artist, performer, designer, architect, actor. Since we have so many jobs and careers here, you really need outfits for any circumstance. And that's why I think that helps, having this designer who actually have a market in New York. Because we are crazy.
Well, there's so many shows. I mean, I don't know how you did it. I know you were running around to like 5 different events in one day.
I was catapulting myself from one place to another. Very risky.
oh my gosh. Well, yeah. I mean, there's so many events and celebrities who attended as well. Just from the Billboard magazine, we saw Rosalia. And Drake actually attended the Tokyo Olympic Collection fashion show, which was at the Shed. And Rihanna also attended the Fenty launch at the Bergdorf Goodman show on the 7th. So it was really great that some celebrities made it out, and but a lot of New Yorkers came out. You know, the shows were packed.
Absolutely.
Stayed and stayed throughout and really supported the designers. But yeah, like you said, there's just such a variety. There's like diversity, not only in the fashion, but also the types of people and their again, their mission behind their brands, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah. So again, New York, in terms of fashion, and we had this conversation. Is that I was actually, over the last 2-3 years, I was quite disappointed about what I was seeing. Maybe, of course, growing up in Italy, maybe I hold sometimes brands to a severe standard, but at the same time, it looked cheap, and it looked, honestly, that they didn't really making like a big effort. This year, kudos to the designers and also the hosts and the organizers of these events, because they were cool. I went also to Art Hearts Fashion, organized by the Angel Orange Foundation. And again, of course, very eclectic, very eccentric, not exactly, again, you need a special circumstance, because when it comes to women, always a lot of glitter and sparkles. When it comes to men, a lot of contaminations from street art and street style. But again, fun. That's what, America is about, partying and having fun and celebrating. And I think that really it's related to our culture.
No doubt. But speaking of fun, there are, now that we're hitting winter, or we are in winter, and there's a lot to do in New York City. And actually, my husband and I are planning to go see. We're planning to go see Hamilton for the first time.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Wait a second. I think it's better if we cut here and we record another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Wait a second. Yeah.